This is Louie. He's a light bulb, but he's not the brightest. At least, that's what he tells himself. It's another day, and maybe you know the feeling. You go about your business, doing what you've always done. You tell yourself that if you just keep going, eventually something will change. But day after day, nothing really does. Meanwhile, everyone around him seems to be moving forward. Promotions, milestones, new opportunities, one good thing after another. And Louie? Still waiting. Still hoping his luck will finally change. Eventually, Louie starts wondering, what are they doing that he's not? Maybe some people are just magnets, and maybe Louie is a light bulb. Still attracting things, just mostly bugs. Louie is wrong. So how does Louie start to change what he attracts? 3 things. The first is clarity. Louie says he wants a better life. Great. What does better mean? Louie has no idea. More money? A new job? Better relationships? A life where bugs finally leave him alone? Right now, Louie's goal is basically just not this. And that's the problem, because Louie can't move towards something he hasn't actually defined. Once Louie gets specific about what he wants, what his days look like, who's around him, what he's doing, something starts to change. His brain knows what to look for. Distractions disappear, and opportunities that used to blend into the background suddenly stand out. Not because they magically appeared, because Louie just finally knows what he's looking for. So Louie writes it down. He pictures it. He gives his brain instructions, a destination. Because before Louie can build a different life out here, he needs to be able to see it in here. The second way is emotional alignment. Now Louie knows what he wants. There's just one problem. He doesn't feel like the guy who can have it. Louie can picture success all day long, but if he spends the rest of the day stressed, doubtful, and convinced nothing ever works out for him, that picture doesn't stand much of a chance. Because thoughts are one part of the equation, emotion is what gives them weight. As within, so without. So Louie starts practicing something different. If Louie wants success, he practices feeling capable. If Louie wants love, he practices feeling whole. He might even try to smile. We'll work on that. And if Louie wants an opportunity, he practices feeling ready for it. Not pretending he already has everything. Just teaching himself not to live like everything is always going wrong. And one of the easiest ways Louie can do that? Gratitude. Gratitude gives Louie a different lens. Instead of constantly spotting what's missing, he starts noticing what's already working. Same life, different lens. Because maybe the real wealth isn't walking around happy every second. Maybe it's being able to find some peace, some joy, and some calm, even before everything else arrives. The third way is action. Now Louie knows what he wants. He's working on how he feels. So naturally, Louie waits. And waits. And waits some more. Because apparently the universe is supposed to handle the rest. Except that's not how this works. At some point, Louie has to move. Because action is the road between who Louie is now and who he's trying to become. If Louie wants financial success, he starts acting with discipline. That means saving and investing, not spending money he doesn't have. If he wants better relationships, he starts communicating with intention. That means listening, being honest, and saying what he actually means. Not expecting people to read his mind, avoiding hard conversations, or reacting without thinking. If he wants to grow, he starts putting himself in situations that actually require him to grow. Not someday. Now. Because action creates momentum. Momentum creates feedback. And feedback shows Louie what to do next. This is how the 3 pieces finally come together. Clarity gives Louie direction. Emotion gives him energy. Action moves him forward. Until eventually, Louie isn't just thinking about becoming someone different. At this point, he already is someone different. Someone who understands how to attract. But Louie isn't trying to attract everything. That would be a nightmare. He's trying to attract what fits and let go of what doesn't. And this is the part Louie wasn't expecting. As Louie starts thinking, feeling, and acting differently, something strange happens. Some things start disappearing. At first, Louie thinks something's gone wrong. He wanted to attract more. Why is he losing stuff? But as Louie changes, he starts noticing what no longer fits. Conversations feel draining. Things he tolerated start bothering him. Familiar situations suddenly feel off. Not because they changed, Louie did. And while losing something can feel like rejection, sometimes it's just filtering, making space. Because Louie can't become someone new while holding on to everything that belonged to the old Louie. So Louie doesn't need to chase anymore. His thoughts, emotions, and actions are finally aligned. And as Louie changes, his world starts changing with him. Because the law of attraction was never just about getting something. It was about becoming someone.